Thursday, July 24th. I took one MES trade this morning and it was a winning trade, although I didn't really enter correctly. Like, I didn't really enter per the strategy that I'm trying to test out, because my entry is a little bit like there's no confirmation. Like, it's just a limit order. In this case, it would have been a market order, actually. But I just have a little bit of anxiety entering when price is just dropping. So I also kind of actually made a mistake. I think I rushed my trade a little bit this morning. It's something I've been doing lately because I'm just seeing good setups happen pre-market. And when I got to the computer, I saw that price. So we were once again at all-time high areas, which means I don't have, I probably might not have a good chance to get a setup because I need a supply zone. There's a potential for a little move. Like, if price were to keep moving up, there's a potential for this little move, and that this exact setup has shown up every day this week. So I was maybe a little bit rushed. I saw my signal to enter here, 644. I did not enter, so I must have just got to the computer. The other thing is, I kind of broke a rule. I just didn't even realize it. But this zone was already tested, but it was at like midnight. So like I was saying yesterday, I only want to take a first test of a zone, but like I'm still playing around with the idea of only if it's during my trading session. Like, if it happened earlier, that's okay. Yesterday's case, it was like 4 to 5 a.m., so it wasn't much earlier than my trading session. The trade still worked out, taking a long off demand, the same exact setup. Today, the first test was around midnight, and I'll be honest with you, I totally missed this. So I entered at the start of this candle here. So the strategy I'm testing would have had me enter at the open of this candle, and I would have gotten somewhere between 1 and 2 points higher. I would have also risked an extra point. So, but this candle was just dropping. I mean, this was a red candle to start and went below the zone. So I was very I don't want to enter. I'm very hesitant to enter when I see that. So I kind of took a hybrid approach. Really what I should have done was enter more like in here somewhere. Anyways, the risk to reward wasn't great either. It was only 1-to-1. So I risked 7 points. I got 7 points, which isn't great. There's a reason I stayed out of a trade yesterday. In that case, it was only 5 points. This is like the exact same setup though. So yeah, I entered here at 96.25 at 6:52, and I hit my TP 30 minutes later at the open. So my TP was 03.25. So yeah, 7 points. I was pretty stoked about it. But I also, if this trade went against me, I would have been like, that's fair. I didn't follow my rules. I didn't enter correctly. It would have been like a lesson the market taught me. I feel like I don't often enter imperfectly and it goes in my favor. That's a reason a lot of traders get stuck in bad habits, because when they do a bad habit and they are rewarded with that, it just continues the bad habit. So in this case, it's not that it was a bad habit. I just didn't enter per my strategy exactly, but I entered a little bit late, but I see why I did that. You know what I mean? I'm not beating myself up over it. And then the whole second test thing, I mean, this was at midnight, so it's an idea I'm still trying to play around with. So I'm definitely going to record this, and I've just got to look at the data for this and create my rules when I have enough. All right, so at this point, I'm willing to consider this zone broken because price came very close to this zone. The other thing is there's potentially a 15-minute demand zone now created here. Okay, so I'm still playing around with ideas of like, when is a zone broken? When should I draw in a 15-minute zone, etc., etc. So here's a 15-minute zone created, and this supply zone potentially now broken. However, there's not another supply zone above it. So sometimes I'll look to see if I could draw a new zone with this, but I don't think I saw what I'm looking for when I draw zones. So potentially a 15-minute zone here. Price came down to that zone like perfectly and bounced off. Now in this case, even though I have an entry signal for taking a long, this zone was already tested back here. A full test. It already came off the zone into supply. So to take it again, like, I personally would not be interested in this trade because it already did this 30 minutes ago. You know, in this case, it was a little different because it was several hours prior. In this case, it was just 30 minutes. So, you know, some people, everyone's going to trade zones differently. Like, they might just keep taking a trade until they have a losing trade. You know, a trader that they're willing to take the first and the second test of the zone. So anyways, you just have to create your own rules that are for your own system. That's it. 7 points today. I am pretty stoked to have another win on the books, and I am now at my peak balance on my live account after today. So that is super exciting to me. I definitely thought this was going to be a losing trade because I just didn't enter, like, I don't know, I didn't enter perfectly, and I thought price might come down into that next zone and take me out. So I feel like I got kind of lucky, and I was feeling a little bummed, like, when I realized I maybe didn't enter right. I do feel lucky the trade went my favor. I'm pretty happy about it, obviously, to be at a peak balance. I almost feel a little nervous to trade tomorrow because I don't want to give anything back. I want to be able to say, like, this is what I made this week, and it's the largest amount I've made in the 3 weeks I've been trading on live again. So we'll see. I'm only going to take a really good setup. That's it for today.